Curtains Mystery Theater, a division of Getaway with Murder Incorporated, proudly presents a live reproduction of vintage radio mystery programs. This episode of Dick Tracy was first broadcast at 8 o'clock on Saturday evening, April 6, 1946, on the ABC Radio Network. So stay tuned for Dick Tracy in the case of the Big Top Murders.
Tootsie Rolls, America's best-known candy, presents America's best-known detective.
Just a moment, old boy. What's all this?
This is the new Dick Tracy Show.
Dick Tracy, America's favorite detective.
Right you are. Presented by Tootsie Rolls, that favorite American candy.
Guardsman, Dick Tracy.
And Tootsie Rolls, too.
Oh, that sounds exciting.
It is, Mr. Flintheart, it is.
Well then, let's get on with it.
Tonight's story, the case of the Big Top Murders.
Hold your own ticket, please. Hold your own ticket, please. Step right up, step right up. Still time to see Zelda and her dancing elephant.
Our story begins in the office of Hambone Shill, manager of Big Top Circus.
You stole my new cape!
You're a liar.
Shut up, both of you! Now, what seems to be the trouble?
She says I stole her cape.
She did. I just had it made. It was in the dressing room.
Why don't you take care of your things?
Stop! Now, one at a time. You, Zelda, what is it?
Mr. Shill, my new cape. The one that I use in my act with Prancer, the dancing elephant. It's been stolen.
Why do you accuse me? There's hundreds of people around this circus. I don't need your old cape.
Of course you don't need it. You did it out of spite because my dancing elephant act gets billing over your cats.
Why, you dirty little...
Oh! Hit me with your whip, will you?
Zelda, now listen to me.
She hit me. Hit me with her whip.
She had it coming to her, saying I stole her cape.
You'd better leave, Faye, while I talk to Zelda. Go on.
Sure, pamper her. She's your star. I don't mean anything around this circus anymore. Everything is Zelda and her dancing elephant.
That isn't true, Faye. You're getting more money than Zelda.
Money? What does that mean? It's billing that counts. Why is she in the star spot? I used to be there.
Because you're a has-been. You and your old cats.
How would you like another cut with my whip?
Just try it.
Get out, Faye. Go on. It's only 20 minutes to showtime. Get out and get ready for your act.
Sure, I'll go. But you haven't heard the last of this, Zelda. Not by a jug full.
Oh, hello, Faye.
Shut up.
What goes with her?
She's sore about something, Duckfoot.
Oh, here's your cape, Zelda.
My cape!
Where did you find it, Duckfoot?
In the dressing tent.
But I looked all over for it. It's been gone since last night.
Well, you've got it now, so forget about the trouble. Get ready.
Want me to go with you, Zelda?
Look, Duckfoot, I told you how I feel about you. I'm not in love with you. Why don't you leave me alone?
Sure. You might thank me for finding your cape.
So long, Cheryl. See you after the performance.
What's the matter, Duckfoot? Zelda say no?
She laughs at me because I'm a clown. Clowns have feelings behind their painted faces. Clowns can love, and clowns can hate.
on, Tess, my dear girl. Come, Tracy, old man. We're late. The performance has already begun.
We certainly are. And it's all your fault, Dick.
Sorry, Tess, but you know what my job is.
We should have gone to the circus without him.
Oh, Vitamin, you don't mean that.
Well, we're never going to see the show if we don't get a move on.
Righto, carry on. The big top is just up ahead.
You were here last night, weren't you, Tess?
Oh, yes, and I loved it. Duckfoot the Clown, Fay Lion and her trained tigers, and best of all, Zelda and her dancing elephant.
Zounds! If you were here last night, my dear girl, why do you want to see it again tonight?
Don't you know, Vitamin? Tess has become a candid camera fiend. She takes pictures all the time of everything.
Oh, that's what all that paraphernalia is.
Yes.
Hold your own ticket, please. Hold your own ticket, please.
Vitamin, when I was at the circus last night, I realized what wonderful possibilities the circus offered for
Right
photographs.
this way. Yes, you. Step right up.
Well,
Step right up.
you should have asked me to come along. What you need is a small truck to carry your equipment.
Oh, is it heavy, Dick?
Hold your own ticket, please. Hold your own ticket. Still time to see Zelda and her dancing elephant. So right this way. Step
I'll
right
got
up.
the tickets. Come on. Here you are, my good fellow.
You go right in.
What's the matter, Vitamin? Catching cold?
It's that act. Fain line and her trained tigers. Can't stand cats. I'm allergic to them. It makes me sneeze. Even the sight of them.
You can open your eyes now, Vitamin. The tigers are going off now.
Got it. A beautiful shot.
How many pictures have you taken already, Tess?
I haven't the slightest idea, Dick. But I'm saving one whole roll of film for Zelda and her dancing elephant. She's wonderful.
Ladies and gentlemen, the star attraction of the Big Top Circus, renowned throughout the world, the greatest, most thrilling attraction of all time, Zelda and her dancing elephant.
Watch this, Dick. Vitamin, Zelda comes out into the ring over there, and the elephant comes out on this side.
Indeed.
Then the elephant curtsies.
Oh, Tess.
Does, Dick? You'll see. And then Zelda and the elephant go into a
It
waltz.
probably does it better than I do. And my dear little wife Snowflake always says.
Got it. I got a picture of the curtsy, Dick.
They're going to waltz now. She's walking toward the elephant.
He's backing away from her.
The part of the act, old man. The elephant pretends he doesn't want to dance.
No, that isn't the way it went last night. Something's wrong, Dick.
It can't. Look.
He picked her up by the cape and he's swinging her.
She'll be killed.
Tess!
He has killed her. It can't.
Trampling her to death.
I don't see why we had to come down here to your office this morning, Mr. Tracy. What happened to Zelda last night was an accident.
That's what the police would like to determine, Miss Line.
Mr. Tracy, Faye's right. I've been at the circus for 40 years. I've seen plenty of accidents like last night's.
It's part of the job, Mr. Tracy. The risk, I mean. When you work with animals, well, you never know. Take it from me.
You mean to say, my dear woman, that those tigers of yours haven't been trained? That they're wild?
They've been trained, Mr. Flintheart, but they're still wild. Give them one chance, and...
Pardon me. I didn't bring you people down here to discuss animal training. Owen was killed last night.
Why don't you book Zelda's elephant for murder?
Miss Line, I'm doing my best not to lose my temper with you. You've done nothing since you came in but give smart answers to my questions.
You must forgive her, Mr. Tracy. She's upset. Everyone connected with the show is. What more do you want to know?
Let's put it this way, Mr. Schill. It's possible to direct an animal to kill, isn't it?
Why, yes, but...
Nobody could handle that elephant but Zelda.
I see.
Everyone loved Zelda, including the elephant. And yet, she's dead.
No one said everyone loved her.
You didn't?
No.
It was a small disagreement, Mr. Tracy. Matter of billing, nothing serious.
I didn't do it. Don't look at me. Ask Duckfoot or some of the others.
Duckfoot? The clown? I asked him to come in here this morning, too. Where is he?
He said he was coming.
He hates Zelda? That funny little clown?
Same thing. He loved her, wanted to marry her. She insulted him, made a fool of him. Once, he threatened to kill her.
Hey!
It's true, I heard it. Maybe he had something to do with it.
Yes. I want to talk to him.
Well, if you've got nothing more to ask me, I'm going. Coming, Shill?
If Mr. Tracy is through with us.
I guess that's all for now. Shill, I'll drop in on you after the performance this evening, just to look around.
Certainly, Mr. Tracy. Anytime.
Oh, Tess.
Dick, I've developed the pictures I took last night at the circus. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know you had visitors.
Quite all right, miss. We were just leaving. Come on, Faye. Bye, Mr. Flintheart.
Goodbye, my good man.
Mind if I walk to your car with you, Mr. Schill? I'd like to ask you a few things about Duckfoot, the clown.
Come along, Mr. Tracy.
Back in a moment, Tess.
Big gods, my dear girl, it's mystifying. Positively mystifying.
You mean about Zelda's death, Vitamin?
Yes, imagine, me dear, a little clown named Duckfoot was in love with her. She spurned his affections, and he, in wrath, turned her own elephant against her, persuaded the beast to kill his mistress. Killed with an elephant. Must have been an easier way.
Oh, Vitamin, I don't believe it happened that way.
Well, Tracy does, me dear. At least he's very much interested in that theory.
Pardon me, I'm looking for Mr. Tracy.
This is his office. He'll be back shortly. Won't you come in and wait?
Thank you. He said he wanted to speak to me.
Are you with the circus, me good fellow?
Yes, I'm Duckfoot.
Duckfoot the clown?
Sounds, me good man. I'd never know you on the street. That makeup of yours, hilarious.
Oh, I've got some pictures of you here. Would you like to... Oh, I just remembered.
What?
About the accident last night. I've got those here too. I don't suppose you want to be reminded of what happened.
Gods, no.
You have actual photographs of the elephant and Zelda?
Yes.
Oh, I would like to see them. I would like to see them very much.
Well, here they are. There.
Amazing. Truly amazing. All those tiny photographs, my dear Tess. You've caught every movement of that horrible tragedy.
Yes, miss. They are amazing. And they tell a very interesting thing.
Do they, dear Duckfoot?
They tell me that Zelda was murdered!
Hi, hippity hop we go, hi, hippity ho. We tootsie roll of a candy treat that boys and girls just love to eat.
We're chocolatey and we're chewy too.
The yummiest candy made for you. Tootsie rolls, hi ho, in the supermarket and grocery.
22 Tootsie Rolls you'll see.
The junior size in the handy pack. With a game or puzzle on the back. Tootsie Rolls, hi-ho. Hi, hippity-hop, we go. Hi, hippity-hop.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the intermission. And what a stunning development that poor clown Duckfoot shared with us. Frankly, it's truly sad, this business with the elephant. So truly sad.
I know something that could cheer everyone up, Mr. Flintheart.
You do?
Yes, something that could make even a sad clown happy.
Really? Well, shut it, man.
Here's my advice. Just hand out a handful of those big, nickel-sized Tootsie Rolls. They'll give you an energy lift, put pep in your step, and guarantee to put a big grin on anyone's face. Just remember that Tootsie Roll candy is a treat that can't be beat. It's so chewy, so chocolatey, and so delicious. It will really tickle your taster.
Good. I do believe you're right. Already I feel more chipper myself.
Why, sure, Mr. Flintheart. Everyone, I mean everyone, is happy to see Tootsie Rolls. Why, they're an all-American favorite from coast to coast. With little folks and big folks too, you simply can't lose when you choose Tootsie Rolls. Here, have another big nickel-sized Tootsie Roll. And now, bring on the big second act, Mr. Flintheart. We're going back to Dick Tracy and the case of the Big Top murders.
You say nobody has seen Duckfoot, Mr. Schill?
No, Mr. Tracy. He didn't show up for the evening performance either. Show just ended 5 minutes ago.
I see. Well, hold on to him when and if he does come back.
I will, Mr. Tracy. I'll let you know. I'll call.
It's very important.
I realize that.
Well, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Duckfoot the clown. Still missing, eh?
Yes.
Tracy, do you think he may have, well, met with foul play?
Why do you say that, Tess?
He knew that Zelda had been murdered.
But how? How did he know?
By looking at those photographs that Tess took of the tragedy, old man. We told you that.
I've looked at those photographs from every possible angle. Vitamin, you've looked at them. Tess has looked at them. Have you been able to see anything that would indicate murder?
No.
But he said it was murder. He said it very definitely, old man.
This is the most confusing case I've ever had. But I have a hunch, just a hunch, that a murder has been committed. Duckfoot confirms that hunch.
And then disappears.
Here it is, 11 o'clock already, and he hasn't returned. Why didn't you two hold him here till I got back?
We told him that you'd want to know what he said.
But he wouldn't stay, Dick. He said he had a score to settle.
His very words, old man.
That's a big help to me.
About these pictures, Dick.
Yes?
Do you think it might help if they were larger?
It might. We'd be able to see them more clearly. These little candid-sized shots are too small.
Give them to me. I'll take them home and enlarge them. It won't take half an hour.
We'll come along, my dear girl, and help.
You can come along, Vitamin, but Dick has to wait for Mr. Schill's call.
Oh, that's right. I nearly forgot. I shall remain here too, then.
Well, see you both later.
Oh, yes, Tess. See you later.
What's the matter, old sleuth? You don't seem your usual keen self tonight.
Vitamin, this case has got me completely baffled.
Now, baby. They can't let you out of your cage. Go to sleep. That's a good baby. Come on now. There.
Feline?
Duckfoot? Where have you been? You missed 2 shows. Shill is mad.
Mind if I come into your dressing tent, Faye?
No, come in.
I had something to talk to you about.
Have you seen Shill or Tracy?
No, I didn't want to see them. That's why I stayed away from the show this afternoon and tonight. I wanted to see you first, alone.
What about?
Have you seen the photographs?
What photographs?
Taken last night by Tracy's friend, Tess Trueheart. She's got it all down on film. How Zelda was killed.
So what? I saw how she was killed. Her elephant trampled her.
No, Faye. He didn't trample her. He trampled her cape. The pictures show it very plainly.
Yeah? Well, what do you want me to do?
You killed her, Faye.
No. No.
You killed her. You're as guilty as if you placed a gun against her forehead and pulled the trigger.
You're crazy.
Am I? You were jealous of her. Jealous because she outshone you. Because she was a bigger star than you were.
I didn't kill her.
The photographs will tell the story, Faye. The photographs. And I will say one thing, and they'll convict you.
You can't prove it. Anything you say, they won't believe you. You hated her too. You could have done it.
No. I loved her. I loved her.
She mocked you, ignored you. You were dirt under her feet for all she noticed you.
I loved her, and you killed her.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna tell them.
Wait. Look, Duckfoot. I've got money. I've saved it. You can have it.
You killed her.
Take the money and keep your mouth shut.
No, Faye. I'm gonna tell them. Tell them about the cave.
Duckfoot, come back. Listen. He's gone. There's only one thing to do. Only one way to stop him. Come out, baby. Go get him. Get him for me. Go. He'll stop him. Stop him forever.
I came as soon as I got your call, Mr. Shill. Did Duckfoot have a chance to speak before he died?
No, Mr. Tracy. Before my men could get to him, get that cat off of him, he was through.
That quiet little man. Gods, who would think he was a murderer?
Now, how do you arrive at that conclusion, Vitamin?
Well, old sleuth, he saw the photographs, didn't he?
Yes.
He realized that he was discovered. So...
You think he killed himself?
Of course. Think of it, old man. He killed Zelda with an elephant, killed himself with a tiger. Incredible. Incredible.
Exactly.
You mean my theory is right, old gumshoe?
No, I mean it's incredible.
Duckfoot knew nothing about controlling animals, Mr. Tracy. He couldn't have been guilty of Zelda's death.
And yet he knew enough to see in the photographs that Zelda had been murdered, Shill. Where is Feline?
I don't know, Mr. Tracy. No one's seen her since after her performance tonight.
And the tiger, me dear man. Where is it?
Strange thing about that cat. We had a bad time of it for a few minutes, but once we got it back into Faye's tent, the animal went right back into its cage and went to sleep.
She keeps it in a tent. Cat.
It's her favorite. She calls it Baby.
I wonder what Duckfoot saw in the photographs that we didn't see. Now we'll never know.
Perhaps I could see it too, Mr. Tracy. Maybe it's something that only a circus man would recognize.
I thought of that, Mr. Shill. After I got the call from you telling me about Duckfoot's death, I called Miss Trueheart and told her to meet us here with the photographs. She's enlarged them.
Good. I suppose you realize that all this terrible business is going to be bad for my show, Mr. Tracy.
Of course, me good man. But 2 people have died, gone to their deaths.
We circus folks expect the worst always, Mr. Flintheart. In the circus, a bad box office is more of a tragedy than a death.
Yeah, see what you mean. My dear man, bad box office, yes.
Mr. Schill, I wonder if I could have a look at the costume that Zelda was wearing when she was killed.
Certainly, Mr. Tracy. I've got it right here. I was thinking of sending it to her folks. There, you can see, it's hardly been damaged.
Yes. Autopsy showed she died of a broken neck. When the elephant picked her up by the cape and tossed her.
This cape is pretty badly ripped and torn, old man. The hands! Gods! Gods! Take it away!
What is it, Vitamin?
This cape, old man. It affects me the way cats do. Makes me sneeze. Sounds.
Cats. Mr. Schill, how do elephants and the big cats get along?
They hate each other. Why?
If an elephant smelled the scent of a tiger...
Oh, he'd kick up an awful fuss. You mean that cape? Zelda's cape?
Yes. That cape has the scent of a tiger on it.
Osbonkins, Tracy, old man. I see what you mean. That's why I sneezed just now.
Yes, and that's why the elephant went berserk last night. Come on, Schill. We've got to find Fay Line.
Miss Trueheart.
Oh, you frightened me for a minute. I can't see very well. It's so dark.
I met you yesterday for a moment. I'm Fay Line.
The tiger lady?
That's right. I saw you stop your car in the parking lot. I had to see you. It's about those pictures you took. Of the accident to Zelda.
Oh, did Tracy send you to look for me? Sorry I'm so late. I was making enlargements. I know how anxious he is for Mr. Schill to look at the pictures.
Schill, yes. I see.
Well, I'd better take them over to him. That's Mr. Schill's office wagon over there, isn't it?
Tracy wants Schill to look at them, eh?
Yes, he thinks that perhaps a circus man will be able to see what poor Duckfoot saw in them. Well, I've got to get them over to them.
Wait.
Yes?
They're not in the office wagon.
They're not?
No, they're waiting for you in my tent. It's right this way. Come on.
Oh, yes, certainly.
Hey, those pictures. You've got all of them with you?
Why, yes.
Negatives, too?
Yes. You know, I was in such a rush to get over here. After I finished enlarging the prints, I just jammed everything into this envelope and dashed out of my apartment.
Negatives, too, eh?
Why are you so interested in the negatives, Miss Line?
Interested? I'm not. Tracy said he wanted them to. That's all.
Wonder why he wanted the negatives.
Oh, here's my tent. Step in.
Thank you. Why, it's dark in here. They're not here.
They'll be back in a minute. Here, I'll switch on the dressing table lights. There we are.
What's that?
That's Baby, my pet tiger. He's the star of my act. I keep his cage here in my dressing tent.
He is not the one who...
Baby? No. He wouldn't hurt a fly. Would you, Baby? See?
Do you suppose we ought to go look for them? Mr. Schill and Tracy.
They said they'd be back. May I look at the photos?
Why, yes. Here. There they are.
Yes. Yes, it's quite plain. So Duckfoot was right.
Then you see it too. What is it? What are you doing?
I'm burning these pictures, Miss Trueheart. burning the evidence.
Then you killed Zelda! And Duckfoot!
Yes, I took her cape, wrapped it around baby here all night. It had the scent of my tiger on it. Then, when Zelda's elephant smelled it, she went wild and trampled the cape. I killed Duckfoot because he knew.
What, you fiend! You horrible woman! Get out of my way!
You're not leaving here, Miss Trueheart. You're not leaving here alive.
What?
Get her, baby. Get her for me.
No! No!
Tess! Tess! Tess!
Nick, look!
Stand back, Tess. Tess, are you all right?
Yes, Dick. I'm all right. Thanks to you. Oh, you were wonderful.
I heard you scream, and the tiger growl. I knew you were in danger.
Tracy, old man, what happened? Gods! Is the beast dead?
Tracy shot him. It's Faye lying, Dick. She killed Zelda. She murdered Duckfoot, too.
Faye lying? Zounds! Mr. Schill and I saw her running out of this tent just a moment ago.
Come on! We've got to get to her.
Mr. Tracy.
Which way did she go?
That way, into the big animal tent. Why?
She's the murderer!
What was that?
Sounded like Zell's elephant. Faye's in there, come on.
Pull the tent flap back.
Right, look.
Zounds! How horrible!
She's dead. Trampled to death by Zelda's elephant.
The beast must have smelled the odor of the tigers on her clothes.
Yes.
Perhaps you may call it that, gentlemen. I prefer to call it retribution.
The vitamin is right. Mr. Schill, Faye Line has paid for her sins.
Maestro, let's have that theme again. Ah, that does it. That lets everybody know that Tootsie Rolls are back on candy counters all over America. That big nickel-sized Tootsie Roll is just as chewy, just as chocolatey, and just as delicious as ever. All those wholesome ingredients that go into Tootsie Rolls receive extra special care in the Tootsie Roll Candy Kitchen. And when you buy a Tootsie Roll at your favorite candy counter, you get a candy treat that can't be beat. That chewy, chocolatey Tootsie Roll will really tickle your taster. It tastes so delicious, it's... Gee, I wonder if Maestro Ray Carter can play it with music. That big nickel-sized Tootsie Roll is delicious. Ah, thanks, Ray. That does it. That lets everybody know that that big nickel-sized Tootsie Roll is a teeth-tickling treat that can't be beat.
We're all shook up, but away we go. Back in the wrapper, hippity-ho, follow us right through the door.
My Tootsie Rolls at your candy store.
Tootsie Rolls, hi-ho!
Police headquarters. Tracy speaking. Oh, yes, Sergeant McGuire. What? You saw Deuce was wild, but you couldn't have. He was executed last night. I don't care what Deuce has said about coming back. He's dead. What? No. Don't do anything. This looks serious. I'll be right over.
Deuce is Wild returned from the dead? An executed man who comes back to wreak vengeance on the people who sent him there? It's all yours for the listening next Saturday. Same time, same station, when Tootsie Rolls, America's best-known candy, presents America's best-known detective, Dick Tracy, in the case of the man who died twice.
Featuring Vitamin Flintheart, Deuces Wild, and an all-star cast.
Dick Tracy is based on the nationally known comic strip created by Chester Gould. Dick Tracy is written for radio by Sidney Sloan and directed by Mark Seven. This is ABC, the American Broadcasting Company.
Please let us know if you'd like to hear more episodes of Dick Tracy. There are many more scripts available, so we can easily add more to our schedule. Dick Tracy was played by Nick Urich. Tess Trueheart was played by Shlee Snyder, and Vitamin Flintheart was played by Mark Seven. Ted Larson was Hambone Shill. Jennifer Meyer was Fay Line. Rich Steinbeck played Duckfoot the Clown, and Vivian Luther was Zelda. Your announcer was Matthew J. Wilkes.
In lieu of paid advertising, we're relying on the generosity of our listeners to continue producing vintage radio mysteries. So if you enjoyed this performance, please spread the word to 200 or 300 of your closest personal friends and encourage them to visit this site so they can share your experience. And if you're able, please click on the donate button to ensure future programming. Our actors and technical staff appreciate any amount of financial support. Thank you.